excited today. We're on the road to go meet up with the infamous JB from JB's DIY TV. Help train on a Govee Permtrack install, you know, give him the methodology, help him make his installs even better than they already are. And thanks for watching. So here we are, Red Hawk landing. About to pull up and meet JB. I'm here with JB, and we're gonna walk through kind of the game plan today before we dive into Permtrack.
We're gonna be stubbing in right through here with the power adapter. We're gonna run here, run down, make our corners and make them turn there, and we're gonna run down the bottom side of that trim down to the bottom here and work back this way. So you know, we'll get with Jacob and see how we're gonna do the Permtrack and all your corners and turns and make it look real nice and neat.
Step one is going to be, we're going to take our measure tool, and we know this particular customer wants to do a 2-inch from the face of the home measurement. So first we're going to measure and cut our measuring tool to length. Here's a really good close-up of setup for a corner piece. So you can see we want the light to be centered on this pillar that we've got to work around our architecture. So notice we've got short track here and our same spacing from that light to that light, but adhering to the architecture. And so you'll get a 90 cover there, a 90 cover there, and then a light there, and then you'll get a 90 cover there. And so you want to shorten your track so that there's enough room for the cord to go in, but also so you're maximizing your lighting here on this front face here, and then you're lighting on, you know, right up here on this face. Right.
So it's just.
So what do you think the best part about the Permtrack is?
I just think that we're utilizing the tools that we already have from our previous installs, and we're still using it for the Permtrack, and you're using the brad nails to secure everything. I think that we're still doing the 2 inches out, you know, running the system. It's just now understanding how the Permtrack works now, as far as incorporating our installs with it. Right. So I think that's gonna add value just to the install, you know, presentation. That's gonna be the best thing.
Was Permtrack easy to customize, you think?
I think so. I just, you know, like I have this where's it at, you know, get you one of these. This is really going to help with, you know, cutting all your corners, you know, making splices and stuff like that. So I think, you know, it's not a lot of tools that you need really. Right. So this is going to really help with our speeding up with a also professional look to it on our installs.
What do you think about the quality of the track and the covers and all that? Where do you think they're?
I think it's a great quality, because you don't you're going to try to cut something and move along, you know, versus it, you know, shattering in place and setting the cover and everything. You know, it's up there and it looks great.
You feel like it's gonna last?
It's gonna last. I definitely think it's gonna last.
Cool. So why Permtrack as opposed to Amazon Raceways?
So I would think because the fact that everything is here with it, it's a great quality. I think, you know, now that HOA and people that are wanting the any type of track system, this is gonna help, you know, with as far as quality, affordability, like all of that is aligned with this track system.
Cool. Well, thank you so much, JB, for letting me be a part of your install today. I hope that it helps you moving in the future, you know, bigger, better, more business, and certainly you know, more permanency to the install.
Definitely.
and help you with down the road. So
Awesome.
thanks a lot, man.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
Take care.
Take care.
You can go over and watch JB's video. There'll be a link in the description below for some more detailed stuff on how he did corners and a more thorough walkthrough. But as a little bonus feature, I'm going to go ahead. I get the question all the time: how do you do the peaks at the gable? Do you need a mount? Do you not need a mount? You don't. I'm going to show you how to just customize the tracks real quick. Just a couple little snips and put your puck mount cover on, and I'll show you how we do that to create that awesome peak light that most everyone likes. So here, let's take a look. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna start at your peak, and you're gonna start with the puck mount bases face down and go down to your corners. Now you can switch, you know, when you get to the base, you can switch your tracks back around to run this way if you want. It really doesn't matter as long as you're just paying attention to your spacing on each plane of the home. But we're gonna start here, kind of get an idea of our angle, and then really you can eyeball this because the puck mount covers are gonna cover it. But basically I'm just gonna essentially notch this about the same angle that we've got there. And then I'm going to do the same on one other track. Just like that. And then I'm going to use my spacer. I'm going to put my track up. So what you're going for is you want this light to sit right in there and be spaced evenly. So I'm going to start that one there. And we move our spacer down. Get it here. And we're going to do the same thing here on the other side. You know, if you want, you can verify by using your light for your spacing. I know I need it right about there. Pretty easy, one-man job. We're gonna put this one here. And then for aesthetics, I'll go ahead, show you guys, here. We lay our next track, how fast it goes with Permtrack. I'll do this one over here. All right. Then we're going to do our lids next, our caps, lids, whatever you want to call them. I've just got a sample strand here that I've cut the end off of for another job. I'm going to use it for the example. You'll see that our lid here needs to be cut. It's going to be too long because we cut that little bit off. We just hold it up. We know we need to cut right about there. We're going to cut that one off. And we're going to do the same on this one. We're going to cut that one off. And then we're going to place our lids with our track. Up there, that's going to hold in place, which is nice. I'm going to do the same thing here. Now our lid's holding it in place at first. but the puck mount cover will still clip on. Bam. I hope you heard that snap, because it did actually clip. We're gonna do the same thing over here. Put our puck mount cover. And voila.